Alright. Oh, that was quick. Oh. Let's see, that's kind of not level. Let me see if I can straighten it out. And that's as far as I can. That's as far as I can open it. I don't think I have enough room then. Yeah, this one doesn't have enough room. I need a larger one. What about this? Yeah, let's go ahead and pour this one up then. This is a nice pour. Oh, this is probably from a VPS impression, that's why. It looks just weirdly smooth. This is part 1, 2. Yeah, let's not do that one. Oh, look how fun. I need to go and beat these out first. Let's get some gloves on. Okay. I don't even know if this one actually works for this. Oh, it does. Let's go ahead and raise that up. Yeah, that'll be large enough. It's gonna sit a little bit awkward. I should trim this down a little bit so it sits straight and doesn't have that slant to it. I need to get I need to hook up that model trimmer. Oh, what's that? And okay, everything's good. All right, then let's get couple mixing bowls then. Where did I put the ones I'm using? Where did I put my mixing bowl at? The heck? Oh, I got that new one now I can use. Yeah, this one's in rough shape. Have to clean that one up. Where is my other mixing bowl? Is it doing its job? Okay, yeah, that's melting. I guess I need to hook that up too. All right. There it is. There it is. Found it. Alright, but I can still clean out this one. Oh, I need to switch something over on Twitch, I think. There we go. That's better. That's got burned a couple times. this up here. And this is acrylic, isn't it? Yeah, this is hard acrylic. Don't want to use that bowl. I'll use this one. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Now that we got this just about almost set up, we need to cut that off the back a little bit. Bring the heels in a little bit more. And what I love about this is I can go and flip it to the back by just rotating it, not disturbing it too much. I can cut off what I need. Pick this up. so that is done. We'll let that set up. I should take off some of the edges. Of the lower, especially at this point. I think I'll crack it if I do though. Alright, so that's done. So I'll put this off to the side. What is this? Oh, this is what I was working on before I took the pickups. Okay. And that does not belong out. Where does this go? That should go over there. I'll get that to its new place soon. So about 10. Let's try 9.5. 9.5 would feel better. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and range it at about 9.5. That'd be good. It needs to be a little bit of a longer piece. I took it off of that length, so let's go ahead and let's get another sheet of wax. All right. Is this ready? This is... Alright, yeah, this is almost ready. Partial flipper. As far as going over here, I have a partial that I just set up on the articulator, so I'm waiting for it to set up at the moment. So I'm just working on some other random stuff at the moment, such as just doing some wax carving. That's all I'm doing. Trying to carve a flower out of wax on the side while I'm waiting for this to set up. So nothing crazy just yet. But nice to have someone come in and actually use proper terminology. Super cool. Very cool. But yeah, it'll once that sets up, yeah, it's gonna be a partial. I just need to get this set up. I need to put a framework or make the framework for it, all that other fun stuff too. But that in time, that will come. Hopefully, that won't be too crazy to be able to do. But how are you doing? I'm guessing dental. You're a dental person or dental related, or even lab technician. That's even scarier. Orthodontist assistant. Oh, cool. Born to place brackets, forced to instruct patients of proper oral hygiene. Oh, super cool. Ortho is definitely, ortho is pretty much how a lot of people end up getting into this field, right? They're in braces so long, they think that ortho is the main thing that everyone does. But that's cool. I never got to try ortho, but being a dental assisting teacher, I have learned some tricks of the trade to be able to make your guys' stuff work and things. So good to hear. Yeah, placing brackets and everything can be a small, tedious thing. It's definitely not easy for those that are learning, and like you mentioned, some people are just born for it. But that's cool. Also, I guess in that case, do I have any of my... I don't think I have any Howley retainers here with me, but I'm also learning how to wire bend so I can do some ortho retainers alongside with everything else that I'm trying to learn to do. Which I know a lot of you guys tend to make those in-house, or just do like invisible retainers, Invisalign, or whatever you guys want to call it, aligners. If I had to be back out there in the field again, I would probably choose to go and do ortho. To give it a shot. I really like endo. I like root canals and everything, but ortho would seem like a neat challenge to take on next. I can place full upper-lower brackets in my sleeve. That's funny. Sweet some wraps and hollies. Hollies are the best. Easy to adjust. She trains the stain, but that staining tells me that they've been wearing it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I guess that's the best thing to see is some wear and tear on those appliances. I feel like ortho wouldn't be too bad for me to learn, but I mean everyone says that, and then they get in there and they get just ruined. They just get showed up by all the other assistants that it makes them look funny. See, because there's like that. One day, if I end up wanting to do mainly just ortho lab stuff, learning how to do, learning how to make those removable or fixed palatal expanders should be fun. What modern tech AI and with modern technologies, artificial intelligence, a place bracket exactly where they need to be. Then I just case in effect. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Kind of like those little tray systems where it's built onto like a 3D printed model or something. Take an impression of it, cut it out, and then fit the brackets in there. Put it on the teeth with some cement, and then like spotlight cure or something. I'm pretty sure it's just making it easier and easier with technology to be able to do. I know those little tray versions of putting it on and everything is a pretty neat style. And especially with a lot of ortho offices kind of being more of the higher tech, they definitely are usually like the most common specialty to be using the latest and greatest technology. I bet they would constantly go and use that, or go for those AI stuff. Let's get that out. Let's get that under. Life Force is an example. 3D print bracket future. 3D printers are yeah, definitely. 3D printers are making its way into all the aspects of dentistry, and as long as the product is able to hold up to the force that the mouth is able to exude on it, then perfectly fine, right? There are some people that are against using milled in-house ceric or milled materials because they don't hold up as like the lab stuff and everything. And that's cool. There'll always be labs around, and there'll always be people that can afford to get the printers, to get the mills, to get the glazers, to get the firing station, to get the alcohol baths, or the alcohol baths, to get the glycerin water. It's just how much work do you want to put into it at your office versus handing it off to another person. And not even just putting it up at your office, training someone to properly use it at your office is another big thing. Because it seems like unless you have someone that's willing to learn computers, and it's not saying like the people these days don't want to learn computers, but it's just a little bit, it's a little daunting sometimes with them only being like, I don't want to say iPad kids, but just only using phones and never using like a computer and a mouse and a keyboard. That it throws some of them off once you hand that off to them. A good lab makes practice. Would you ever have a lab in office or send orders to? Would you ever have a lab in office or send orders to an off-site lab? If I had the choice, I would probably want to have an on-site lab technician that can do the conversions, that can do the things right there, can take the shade right there. It would make it nicer. Of course, your square footage for your space would be a lot larger to be able to have all that lab equipment and everything like that. So it's kind of a heavy premium to pay a dental technician to do all your work, and also be almost full service where they can handle everything, except maybe ortho if you're in a general practice or something like that. It seemed like a good opportunity to pair with someone that wants to do that. But like I know places that are like, oh, we have 5 labs to send 5 different things. We send bridges over there, but they suck at doing single unit crowns, so we send single unit crowns over there, and then we do partials over there, but they suck doing full dentures, so we send full dentures over here, and it can be a mess. But I mean, that's what it takes sometimes, is just kind of taste testing everyone and finding which one's the best for which. But you're absolutely right. Good lab makes a practice. And it's getting harder. It's getting harder to get well-trained lab technicians too these days. A lot of them have to be, or a lot of them end up getting trained on the job and not able to go to like school for it, because there's not that many schools for specifically learning all the aspects of dental lab stuff. So it's a trick. It's a trick. Alright, let's go and check on this over here. I think this has set up enough. I can take this part off. Alright, what a mess. Makes it set up quicker though. Let's see, you said something. What about dental repair tech? Have you ever worked with a person or company that you have liked? Repair technician, so you're talking about like equipment repair and everything? I'm guessing apart from like, I'm guessing equipment repair technician is what you're talking about, instead of just like, oh, broken partials. Okay, yeah, I figured that. With that, the thing at my office when I was working with my doc was he always wanted to do stuff himself or learn how to fix his stuff himself. So when I came on board, he saw potential in me to be able to learn how to fix everything that came in. So he would teach me everything he knew how to fix, and then if we ever needed something that was outside of our scope, we would call our one dude. He would come over, my doc would say, hey, watch what he's doing. I'd watch, I'd learn, and then I would become the repair technician. So a lot of times I know how to troubleshoot like normal dental assisting stuff. Know how to troubleshoot all those different things like hoses getting clogged, hose getting clogged, sticky buttons, all those standard things that we go through. But then it got more into, oh, the chair's capacitor blew, so we need to get a new capacitor and have that switched out so that we can have the up and down recline motion for our chair. Or the light switch isn't working. Let me go ahead and take it apart, find where the loose wire is, repair that, crimp it, because that's nothing too crazy, and then get that working again. The vacuum pump stopped. Let's go investigate that, take that apart, see where the veins are, and see if anything's wrong there, or if it's a machine vacuum pump. See if the diaphragms tore, so I need to replace the diaphragm to make sure on our portable units, so that I can go and get that up in working order. So throughout the places I've learned how to become the technician, I just need to get access to the parts, which is not too difficult, and then have time. Of course, being the assistant, you're going to be running the whole day with your patients and the doc and all that, but usually it'd be like after we're done. 7 o'clock, patients are all gone. Now it's time for me to work on whatever was broken. If it's something that takes a while. And now, here I go. Let's go ahead and work till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, get that finished, and then I can go home. And then be back in the morning for new stuff. So it's, air water syringe repair is great. Got soaked so many times. Also repaired our vacuum as well. My resume is long. Isn't it great to have all that experience too? I mean, you put it on your resume and everything like that, and you're like, hey, I've done a bunch of equipment repairs, and I've done a bunch of equipment repairs. I'm good at troubleshooting, blah, 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 blah. And it seems like if you go to a place, or you're applying everywhere, or to certain places, they don't even bring it up. They're just like, oh, they're just talking about like oiling the hand pieces or something like that. It's like, no, you could save a lot of money if you get access to me. So it's always fun being able to figure that out, and that's what my channel here is mainly for, is teaching dental stuff and all that. Not just like, because I'm barely getting into lab things myself, but mainly dental assisting things, and even I want to get more into repairs so that anyone can look up how do I repair dental suction lever stuck, and then we can go, okay, do this, pop that out, wipe that out, whatever. So it looks like you and me are the same at that point as far as ambition to get things running again. Good job, Ortho. Ever seen 2014 Annie movie? If so, what's your favorite part? I never got to see the Annie movie of 2014. Actually, don't even remember. I think I remember a little bit about it coming out, but I don't remember too much about it, sadly. Let me put this off to this. Oh no, I'll keep a couple of these instruments. I'll put this off to the side for now. Okay. Met repair technicians who was in the Navy for dental. We both had the same job. Hospital corpsman. Oh yeah, I went to the Navy too for a little bit. Yeah, Navy Potterville. Yeah, I went to the Navy for a bit. Did not get. I tried. Was not able to get through. Was not able to get through some parts of it, and then I was just out. But originally, I think when I started, I was going to be a corpsman DA. I was going to be what do we call HMDA specifically, and then I ended up switching to AECF so I can either be electronics technician, or an ET electronic technician, or I can be was it the Aegis stuff? What was it called? There's whatever, the equipment repair technician for certain other things. Med repair technician in the Navy for dental. We both had the same job. I was wondering, any advised medical equipment repair as a job, but I'm trying to get hygiene as a billet. That's pretty cool. Yeah, hygiene is a tough one, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's a tough one to be able to do. Oh damn, yes, HMDA. They called us tooth. Yep, exactly, tooth fairies. Yes, because our tests are all dental. Yeah, that was the funny part when coming to that, because at that point, what was it? Texas? Was it San Antonio for the corpsman side? Then you have to go do the dental side after you do corpsman side for a bit. You do corpsman side, complete that, do dental, and then go out to wherever you're going to be stationed, wherever you're going to be. Right? Yeah, the tooth fairies gag. That was always hilarious. But I mean, and before, yeah, San Antonio, yep, dental schools for a couple weeks, yep. Yeah, I remember that. I wanted to, because I was already in the dental field for, at that point, 8 years or something. 10 years? No, 8 years. And I was like, okay, I want to go do Navy. I'll go do Navy. I'll go do dental still, and then I'll keep on going, because I wanted to try to get hygiene through there. And then Air Force, I talked to Air Force for a little bit. Navy found out that I was talking to Air Force, so they went and pulled me back over and gave me a heads up about what it was. And then stayed with Navy. Did a fun little round, and then gone. But yeah, look at that. Look at all this. What a connection. San Antonio Dental Anesthesia Schools. Yeah. It's super cool. That is hilarious. Biolab is a medical specialty for corpsmen. Yes. I remember that coming up too, because when I first did my ASVAB and everything like that, when I got my ASVAB and everything, I shot for, I think when I first did it, it was 95, and then when I did it at MEPS, it was like 88 or something. And I was like, oh, okay, I want to do dental still. And they're like, hold on, man. Before you go and do dental, you got good scores, let's go and put you over to become a nuke. And I was like, nuke sounds fun. But for my age, they needed, at that time, they needed my age, or for my age, they needed me to have a waiver to be able to become a nuke, because I was a little too old at that time. And I was like, okay, well, let's try. And then they're like, oh, but you can trip out you can ship out at this time, or sooner if you go and pick AECF, and you'll get a bonus and everything like that, and all that garbage. Man, I remember that so clearly. That was such a fun time. That was such a fun time. But yeah, if you and even that biolab equipment repair, dental assisting, all that fun stuff transfers out, or you could just work civilian side for the government and just work and just bring in that cash flow. All right, let's go ahead and take this apart. Let's go and get this. All right, so nukes never see the. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. when I heard all the things about nukes and everything, I was like, that sounds like me. Essentially, just being that sounds like the person that I was and everything. Nukes never see the light of day. A pro tip: always fight for what job you want. Oh yeah, Army will just give you that job. It was a dental assistant, bill it for hygiene. Yeah, I wanted to do. I should have tried to do the Air Force, honestly, at the time. They were willing to talk to me, right? Yeah, but the Navy, yeah, they were a little tougher at that point. They definitely wanted me at a certain. They definitely wanted to fill their spots. Let me see if I have that one and I have that one. Oh, that broke. Where in the world did that 22 go? Where did 22 go? Dang it. I'm gonna have to super glue that back on. I need to pour up another lower. Belay my last. Correction. 68 echo. Oh, belay. So then what are you sitting at? Are you, let's see. However long you've been in. So what are you, like an E2 still? I believe my life's stupid. Or were you able to make it to, or are you able to? Let's see. Unless you went in with a bunch of schooling beforehand to be able to get your rank higher early. What are you sitting at now? I know the corpsman life, and especially probably DA too. There's no making promotions as quick as any of the other ones. Reservist E3, yeah, associates. Yep, that's what I figured. Yeah, I missed my advanced cycle. Oh, that sucks. If I was to try to go back, yeah, I would try to run it as reserve too. But I got kids, and I've already had my taste of freedom and power out here. I don't really want to give that up again. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let's go and take these out. Let's put this back in. It messed up. No dental assisting box check. Oh, so just got my C school for dental assistant. Now I got under 6 weeks at San Antonio. Oh, that's fun. Yep, that was. I remember that was the main thing that my. I remember that's what my petty officer told me at the recruit station is, hey, make super double sure because I was choosing that dental assisting thing. And I think when I came back from Mets after I went and did the testing and did all the fun duck walk and knee slappers and everything like that, they didn't have dental assisting set for me at the moment. So I just signed up AECF, and then so I just sent up AECF, left. When I came back, no, was it when I came back? When I came back, then they were like, hey, remember that thing that you wanted? we got it. And I looked at it, I was like, I'll just do that. I'll just do AECF. Because there's between that or intelligence specialist, IS, so that I have a choice. Do I tell them now my stuff, or do I just hush hush and crush crush? Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. I remember that, having all those boxes checked. I remember going up and down that whole document, just making sure that everything was in writing, that the sign-on bonus was in writing, that I knew what my time in was, and if I was to get AECF, that I wasn't going to just do of course, like no one else. No one does 4 years. It's whatever school then plus your 4 years on top of that. So I know that to either be an ET or the other thing, I was going to be in total 5 years. If I was going to do the dental assisting thing, it would have been what, like 4.5-ish or so. And then if I was to do nuke, I remember nuke took super long, so that was just a long span one. But that is unfortunate. That definitely is unfortunate to have to discover that. Let me see. Ah, okay. I need to disconnect these. Let's see, do I have any marks for this? Okay, I have a mark right there. Fun fact, our NMTI showed us oral surgery, half the class left to puke. I was eating a snack unfazed. I also said for oral surgery got called jawbreaker for a week. Oh, that's super tight. Yeah, usually because I teach dental assisting, I think I told you that earlier. When I usually teach, when I get to certain parts of the course, because I teach them for 9 months and such, when we hit oral surgery, I show them Lefort, so disconnecting the maxilla from the from the skull, rocking it around, replacing it back, hitting it with a couple of different titanium screws to reset it. Love seeing the reaction when that time happens. Yes, that's sweet wet crack. Yeah, just getting in there, just chisel that right in there, and that little, just elevate it, out it goes. Oh, I always love seeing that. And same thing, I just bring something to class, or I bring something on that day to eat while they're watching it, and I hear everyone just like, hold on, is that what's going on? They bring out their phone, they're doing their little shorts or their TikToks, watching it and showing their family like, hey, this is what I got to see. So it's always hilarious to be able to see their reaction. So it's usually that or double jaw surgery, showing that, so where they go and break the mandible to get that to happen. That's always a fun one. Easy ones that gross them out, which are super funny, is like canine exposure for ortho, or if we're doing what's another one that's always fun, like super abscesses that the doctor will just go and lance from the gingival side, and then watch it drain and be like, hey, see that little suction right there? That's me. And that's gonna be you guys soon. So that's always, it's super fun to watch them squirm. I totally feel that. I totally feel what he did there. It is hilarious. Yeah, but Leforts are always super fun. Double jaw surgeries are super fun to see what's going on with them. So that's I'm glad they do that. I'm glad they're doing that in the at C schools. Place the pulp on the gloved hand while the suction, they lose color. Place the pulp on their gloved hand while they suction. Oh, like when we're doing like root canals, or when they're obturating and they go and pull out the nerve during the root canal, and those go place it on them. That's super hilarious if that's what they're going through. They'd be like, hey, look, it's a little worm. That's hilarious. Okay. Oh, before, that's what I wanted to do. Let me set my height. Yes, end of treatment. Place that, place that on a cracker and eat it. I always, kind of fun ones to be able to get them to kind of learn what instruments they like and what instruments doctors can use. Is I'll go and buy corn, frozen corn from the store that day. I'll bring it to the class. I'll drizzle it in blood, and then I'll just have them. Hey, this is your instrument. This is your oral surgery kit. Use it to the best of your ability with these frozen corn pieces. I want you guys to extract 5 to 7 kernels whole, no cracks, no breaks, and everything. And the longer you wait, the softer they get, the easier that they explode. And so they kind of get used. So they kind of like tricks them, and it's an ever-changing environment as they're trying to learn those tools and what doctor would potentially choose. So it's like, oh, like man, yeah, you're not gonna be able to just pierce that with a periosteal elevator. You're gonna need to use your standard elevator. You gotta use your root tip picks and everything. It's a good tip. I'll have to use that. Thank you. Hey, Cora, there's one of the assistants right now. Yeah, you were here for specialties. Super fun. That is fun. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you guys, by the time that I got it ready for you guys, the corn was frozen. By the time that the second half class came at like 10, maybe it was a little bit softer, but that's super funny that you're here. You ready for tomorrow? You ready for your ready for assisting? I'm sure you are. This is not moving. Why is this locked? Where's my pliers at? There it is. Are we doing finals tomorrow, Thursday? Tomorrow we are going to do lab finals, so you guys are going to assist us. Because your class is small, you guys are going to probably run it twice, potentially. We're going to see how that goes. You got the announcement. Make sure everything's done. I really don't have to worry about you or your little buddies on that. So make sure that make sure all your stuff is done. Take your terminology. It should be open. The only thing that we're going to really focus on Thursday is going to be week 5 exam, potentially, if we don't do it tomorrow. And then on Thursday, the main game is going to be the Canvas final. So it's going to be pretty easy. The only one that's going to have an issue with it is going to be the Monday, Wednesday people, because they did not get Monday to be able to do their stuff. So they're going to be cramming it all together on Wednesday alone, unless they just come on Thursday potentially, but I really don't want them to do that at all. All right, so this is set. So yeah, warn your little buddies. Lab final tomorrow, Canvas final on Thursday. You did? Oh, you'll pass. How's your little tooth gem doing? Still there? Your little star or whatever you had on there last the weekend? There we go. Still there? Nice. Good job making that work. It's doing good. Like I told you, I had to take mine off for a bit, but I will put it back on tonight to be part of the crew tomorrow. So don't you worry. I'll be rocking my lilac gem. Okay. With that, let's go and look at some of these. Okay, we all need to get a picture. Yes, we will get a picture tomorrow. Is there anyone that missed it? We need to get David to get one on there. You were busy, so we didn't take a pic. Yeah, I figured it's gonna even be busier this week. Trust me. But we need to get David to join us. He will he will be one of us. Okay, that. As a dentist, do you need to take blood pressures and temperatures before starting treatment? Had a retired dentist tell me they did as a way to see if a patient needs internal medicine or see any internal medicine or fever. These days, the way that I teach it is, yes, you guys potentially may be at an office that's going to have you take blood pressure, temperature, pulse, all that fun stuff, respirations, and everything like that. Mainly, if it's not going to be a treatment day, yeah, we'll take it every 6 months or whenever they come in for a type of exam. But if it's going to be if it's going to be for treatment, such as and especially for anything like root canals, extractions, and so on, not really fillings too much, then we'll take a reading. We'll take a baseline. Soft palatal bruising, high fever led to patient seeing a specialist for a soft tissue impaction. Not fun. Soft palatal bruising and high fever led to patient seeing a specialist for a soft tissue impaction. Yeah, if anything, especially for stuff like I mentioned, root canals, extractions, and alike, and things like that, take a baseline. Patient seeing a specialist for an STD. Oh, that changes the whole thing. You're like, why is he saying soft tissue impaction? Oh, you're talking about, okay. So we're talking about sexually transmitted infection. Look at me being dentally related versus this being a highly medical related incident at that point. Oh, okay. Yeah, soft tissue. Sexually transmitted infection. That's right. Oof. Soft palatal bruising, high fever. So I'm wondering if it was, yeah, I bet. Soft palatal bruising, high fever. Were they going through, at that point, which of course, right, HIPAA and everything like that, I would imagine some herpes type deal or some mixture of herpes with another type of autoimmune disease to be able to allow it to show up in the inner cavity, intraorally. Yeah, definitely. That doesn't seem like a fun conversation to give off to someone. But yeah, that is a trip. Sounds like you've been through a lot. It seems like you've been through a good amount of situations over there, Ortho. That in order. All right. I need a... something. Yeah, I have separator on here. Good. I was trying to remember if I put separator on this. Nothing better than seating a crowd and taking a radiograph showing full coverage. Isn't that pretty sweet when you're just like, yeah, you go, just be like, yeah, you go, lab, doing well at your job and everything like that. Or even just making a temporary crown, and if you're just gonna go check with an X-ray and you just got like a perfect seat, just the right amount of cement just flowing right out the margin, that's enough to get someone to have a good night right there. Yeah, my main ones that I always liked was, like I mentioned, endo is my favorite. My main thing is just seeing gutta percha all right down to the apex. That always felt pretty neat. Or just even just taking first time X-ray and you get the apex in there. Everything's beautifully shot. Everything's in view. It looks awesome. Full gata to the apex is akin to the piece of art. It really is, and I worked for a guy that was really particular and good at doing endo. So it was lovely seeing that, and then it was a trip going to going to different doctors that were not that good at endo and seeing what they can do, and it just hurts your soul sometimes, especially on molars. Frame that, place it in the museum. Yeah, doing an upper second molar or an upper first molar and finding that fourth canal, and sometimes even finding a fifth canal, or mainly just, oh, we found MB2, got MB2 all the way to the apex first try, and it's just stuff made of dreams. I need to push this molar in a little bit more. This is nice having another dental dork on the chat too. I have my usuals here, and they're here with me to help me with gaming and everything like that. And now I got someone here that has some dental things to talk about. So that's always cool. I need everyone. I need all aspects of you guys. Okay. Let's see. That's sitting up a little bit. I'm gonna drop that molar a little bit more. For ortho, it's patient missing 2-4 and using braces to close the gap to fill up that space is a thing of beauty. So we're talking. Okay, so because you ortho folks have that ortho speak in you. Are we talking about 2-4? Or are we talking about 24? Because if you're talking about 2-4, like as if you're talking about like what was it, 12? Then cool, I understand that. What, like pull like canines or pull first premolar? Oh, 24. Yep. Oh yeah, ain't that crazy? And then they just have 3 incisor anterior teeth right there in the front, and no one's gonna like initially gonna see that there's anything wrong there, but deep down we know something's going on there, and we'll never stop knowing. You just stare at it. I need to actually, before I go and start doing that, Where's my foot pedal at? Or lower left one or lower right one. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's when midline is our border for maxillary mandibular numbering. Second molar placement. So with so much moisture drives me insane. Lower left first, no, one, lower right one. Midline is border. Midline is our border for the maxillary mandibular numbering system. Yeah, yeah. Second molar bracket placement. Yeah, on your guys's, what would that be? Sevens? Yeah. Doing bracket placement on sevens is insane to have to deal with that. And especially since mostly your patients are going to be, this in reverse? No, this is forward. Especially since your patients are going to be all young and freaking salivating like waterfalls. Sorry for the ears if this is a piercing or anything like that. I think that stopped. Let me go and put something else on. One second. Where is it? That's where I wanted it. Oh, I saw something funny in the chat. Let me see what he said. Let me see what you said. And I went in December. Man, that was a cold time to go. Farthest ship from Pearl Harbor had to carry 90 pounds all the way. God, that was fun. Yeah, yeah. Did you end up doing it in the summer, spring? I did mine in the winter. So whenever we had a ran, we always ran at what was it called? Founders Hall. Winter, yeah. Yeah, I left in December. Man, it gets freaking cold there. Actually, I have my what's it called? My sea bag over here on my rack. Not on my real rack, but whatever. Got stuck in a blizzard. Crazy. Yeah, being on Snow Watch was fun. Being on Snow Watch, doing red lights, going to talk to the officer of the deck, make sure that we report to them. Oh, you didn't knock on that. You didn't knock correctly as you got into there. Get smoked. Get beat. Marching back in uniform from uniform issue. Yeah, that was a fun time getting your uniforms and getting the wrong size boot, or them giving you a boot that was way too small, and then you just have to deal with it for a bit until you can go back and get reissued the correct size or a better size. 30 seconds, hydrate, do it now. Yeah, doing that, yeah. What a sucky time to enjoy. To enjoy with everyone else that's there with you. I'm gonna have to sink this down. Did you end up having did you end up picking a position of leadership during your time? I was the what the hell was that called? It back there. What the hell did we call it? Starboard watch? No. I set everyone up for their watch standings, and that was fun. And the main reason that I was that, because and having to keep track to make sure that everything was correct in the deck log, was because my handwriting was good. Because I didn't freaking write like trash, and they did an exercise to be like, okay, they did an exercise. See, okay, turn in your papers after we did this example, and then they called me in. My chief called me in, and he was like, hey, Miller, you're gonna be doing this. You're gonna be going over the deck log. Make sure it's all straight. Here, use this book to be able to make it work. You were MA, then got fired due to wisdom teeth. That's not even fair. I was MA, then got fired due to wisdom removal. Yeah, but they forced that on us. Well, I didn't need it, but I've seen so many bloody pillow sheets within that first 4 weeks. Was crazy. Sick queue for 2 days, and the starboard watch. Yeah, starboard watch. That's why I thought it was starboard watch. Port watch was for the QD watch. Yeah, I was starboard watch. Set everyone up for their dates and their times and everything. Got smoked constantly because some dumbass was not writing in the deck log correctly, or didn't use the freaking ruler to go and line it up right, or didn't. Oh, there's so many. They would wake me up so freaking often when everyone was trading off, or when the new watch was switching with the old watch, and they'd be like, "Hey Miller, is this right?" And I'd just be half awake all night, just fixing their freaking mistakes. Then I got sent to isolation. Best 48 hours of my life. Caught up on sleep. Isolation. Yeah. Man. I remember that. I remember people catching double dragons there. And they had to be in a specific racked area, and don't go near them, or else you'll catch it too. I was made a mistake for being good at writing. Oh, yep. I made the mistake of being good at writing stuff when I was security watch. Got put on watch every 2 days. Yeah. The nice thing is that I can the nice part about being starboard watch is that I could set people up for good times. They just kind of came to me and it was like, "Hey Miller, can you go and set me up this? Please don't put me on balls to 2. I don't want to be standing watch balls to 2 or balls to 4 or anything like that." Port watch, yeah. Oh yeah, port watch was for the quarter deck. Yes. Made a mistake being good at writing. Watch. Always 8 to 10, or 0 to 10. Best feeling. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good spot to be in and everything like that. The sucky thing when it came to it, especially, it was when it came to those that I put on watch was out. They were out for medical, they were out for dental, they were out for some nonsense. And so it was like, oh, I gotta find someone to go in and watch this, or I'll just stand it myself. And I'll be like, hey, okay, I'm put my watch next to this person's watch so I can watch it so I can stand watch for 4 hours. Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was the time. Man, this is a neat conversation to have now. There we go. That's where I wanted to be. How in the hell did you find me? Well, I guess you're dental, so it probably just came up out of nowhere, but now it's like suspicious. You're like, essentially, people will be like, yeah, I've already had enough of my own. I've already had enough dental. I don't need to go and watch someone else be dental. One of our RDCs stared from the fishbowl eating a rack of Oreos. I was looking like it was looking like he was staring at my rack mate, and man was sweating. Oh man, my rack was right there in front of the fishbowl. Oh man, I hated that. It was I was, let's see. I saw you play Kingdom Hearts and saw Dental Q&A, so I'm here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so you've seen one of the previous streams, which is also an odd one too. But yeah, my rack was right in under the oh my goodness, right? So I was right in front of the fishbowl with being starboard watch, and I was top bunk, and my bottom bunk was our CP. I always wanted to call him CP3PO or whatever, but he was our chief petty officer recruit or whatever. So I had him. He was my RPOC. There you go. Yeah. I had RPOC underneath. I was starboard, and I got the freaking the peanut butter shot right when we all moved racks and everything, and I got top bunk. So just having a sore ass, having to climb up and down was just beautiful, wonderful stuff to be able to do that. But I tried taking care of my RPOC as much as possible. He was a good guy and everything like that. He was a good talk and everything. But yeah, that was fun. Red light, of course, right above us. As soon as any of the RDCs or chief walked in, then freaking you just hear it immediately. Oh, everyone get up, blah blah blah. Yeah, PB shot. Yeah, you had someone faint. Wasn't that a trip? It was. Yeah. Wasn't that a trip? Freaking. All right, everyone, line up right here in front of this freaking bench. All right, now put your hands on the bench. Stare at each other. Bend over. Drop trowel. And then freaking shot for each of us all at the same time in unison. That was wonderful to be able to stare at this dude, because this let's see, this is me. Yeah, that was me. And then this dude was not a good dude right here. He ended up getting out and being sent over to ship 5 because I think he stole something. He stole something from Chow Hall, like cookies. He brought it back. He brought it back to the compartment. Or better yet, no rank. How do I raise this? How do I address this person? Oh, when they come in without their stuff on, especially at watch, and you're like, oh well, shoot, come on now. Why are you in your fitness gear? Good morning. Man, I forgot the chant. I forgot the dressing, which I know you know and everything like that. Good morning, or petty officer, or no, what's it called? Sailor recruit, Miller, something. Oh, if I was to see that little sheet and everything, and they always would burn us on one specific word, and they would always burn someone on some specific word, being like, does this have an S in it? Why are you saying it as if it has an S? It's not plural, it's singular. Stop doing that. Oh, that was always fun. But if you did have someone that passed on the information, or the information of the day, to make it easier for the next person, I mean, that was pretty easy. I remember one petty officer. I remember my petty officer coming in, and I gave them the answer, and it was like, and she was like, "No, that ain't it." And then I just stood there, and I was like, "Shoot, I know that's the right answer. Why are you getting me like this?" And then so she went back over to the paper, and she was like, "Oh, I guess you are right. Good job." And then finally went on, and I was super happy to not get paid attention to, right? Yeah, Seaman recruit. Seaman recruit. Oh, what a time. But I mean, even the way of writing in recruit writing, I never got rid of that. Good morning, Chief. Seaman recruit. YXYZ standing for further instruction. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Further instructions is they would throw an S on instructions, and that would throw them off. That would throw them through a miss. faculty sheet from boot camp, and it was just like, and in there it was like, oh yeah, a rampant case of what the hell was going around at that time was going around. It was I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was just a bunch of, I don't know if it was just something was going around. Apart from everyone just freaking having that too. It was I remember seeing that. I remember getting it from the VA and getting that documentation. I was like, oh, okay, so this is what they gave me. This is what they assessed on me, and this is what ended up happening over there through some of the notes that they put in. I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. Love it. Love to hear it. Were you, how was battle stations for you? You have a fun time during battle stations? Oh, that's cool. Night, please be nice, give me a good grade. No problem, Cora. You're gonna do just fine out there. You don't worry. You guys will be fine. Just keep doing the amalgam videos if you have time. You'll know exactly how I roll when I play Doc. Oh, good though. You had scored 95 like that, right? Yeah. Sadly, I never got to make it to battle stations. That was where my adventure ended. On that, I did watch build filling videos too many times. That's it. Too many times is way too many times, Cora. But you'll do fine. Don't worry. I am gonna be more silent during the assisting, but you guys would be fine. I can feel it. Alright, let's go and add some... Where is my... Here it is. We had a guy disconnect a smoke machine and the instructor pissed themselves laughing. It's like clever, but no. Oh yeah, but I remember when someone was getting smoked. We were all getting smoked. Why did we all get smoked? It was for some reason. Something came up. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so these dumbasses, it was like the fourth week of us being there, and of course everyone's doing their stuff up after lights out and everything like that, and the RDCs are gone and everything for the night. And so then apparently this whole section of the compartment, which of course our compartments are like 95 people strong, freaking. Like this quarter of the compartment was having like wrestling matches, and then in the middle between the other two compartments there was arm wrestling matches going on over there. Some dude stole, like I mentioned, like I don't know, some cookies or not stole, brought it back from Chow Hall. And don't you love SO Candy's working out at 3 a.m. And just, it was just a big mess. Apparently, it was a big ass mess. Apparently, the compartment next to us, because we were up against one of those magic walls, or the splitting walls. The compartment next to us complained to the officer to the OD. The OD came up, walked in, saw what was happening. I was in my rack. My RPOC was, I think, sitting on his rack, but kind of watching everything happen. And so the OD just said, "Hey, you guys don't worry. I'm gonna let your RDCs know. They'll take care of you guys in the morning." And that whole day, it was just anyone that had any leadership roles was just getting the shit beaten out of them for a long, long time. And so luckily, I took up Starboard Watch like a week before, and so that was lovely. It was fun. but they beat all of us while everyone else watched, and then everyone else got beat with us eventually. Eventually. There's always one. Head crew be skating beaten by cleaning the toilets. Oh, I know, right? It's like, oh, I gotta go and do this important work over here. It's like, I bet you do. I bet you do have very importante work to go and do. Go and feed Big Bertha. Make sure that she's well fed. And then come back and help us out, fool. I think I remember at that time too, which was, what was it called? At that time it was, they were just coming into one of the new recruit training handbooks and everything, so they had to, so my RDCs were constantly just whipping up on their phone and be like, okay, is this what we're teaching now or changed or whatever? We had 2 recruits miss NWO inspection. Ooh, NWU inspections. So we had to be quiet for it. Our chief told us to go to the head to sleep because it was going to be a 2 full-hour drill. No one snored. Oh, I bet. Everyone was sleeping on the shower bed. Yeah, go get your shower shoes on. You guys are going to go chill there for a while. Yeah, I remember having, everyone was sleeping sharp. Yeah, I remember when they were doing when Chief was doing our leadership was doing inspections and everything, before, was it FQ? Quality inspections or whatever, came, and it was, they were already so deep into checking a lot of people's racks and everything like that, and FQA, yeah, aka Angels, yeah, oh yeah, they are the ones that you want to see carrying that briefcase and everything. We had this one dude, I think he was like 34 or something like that, and he was coming from, and he had very, 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 very little English under his belt, but he was going to be gas turbine, and he came from he came from wherever his home country was, but he had very little English to his name, and when he went and set up his rack, he set it up completely backwards. He set up everything completely backwards, and my chief came and he just busted his ass laughing about how much he went and messed this up. But he was such a cool dude. He went and found another RDC, or I think he went and found another chief that spoke that guy's language, came and talked to him, brought them in to talk to him so that he had someone to relate to, because that poor kid was, or that poor guy, was pretty much alone. Everyone knew, it was like, oh, On messed up right there. Why is On, of course, the classic On, why is he so off? That was a fun one to see. He was such a good guy, and he made it through. I was glad to, it always felt good watching my class go through graduation and seeing them walk and actually, with that, I'll probably make this call and call this one a night.